tonight on CTV3 News. An elderly man is fatally knocked down in Santa Marta Village, Orange Walk. Police and fire personnel investigate house fire that destroyed the home of chairman Calvin Harry in San Antonio Village. A chopping incident leaves one man in critical condition at NRH, and the senior counsel Amon Courtney speaks on the Jeremy Enriquez case. These are some other stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Wednesday, November 5th, 2025.
Looking for quality, tasty, and easy to prepare meals? Look no farther. M&M Frozen Foods, proudly distributed by United Distributors Limited, brings you a wide range of delicious frozen delights, perfect for every occasion. From frozen pizzas, quesadillas, garlic bread, jumbo samosa, cocktail samosas, pizza pockets, spring rolls, and happy noodles, M&M Frozen Foods is fresh, flavorful, and convenient for busy lifestyles. Whether you're planning a quick dinner, hosting a gathering, or stocking up for the week, M&M Frozen Foods has you covered. Available now at leading supermarkets and stores nationwide through United Distributors Limited. M&M Frozen Foods, extensive variety to satisfy every craving.
Attention farmers, the New World screwworm is a serious threat to livestock, pets, wildlife, and humans. It causes yield losses, damages the quality of meat and skins, and can even kill them if left untreated. Check your animals daily. If you see any wounds on them, treat them immediately. Prevention is key. Apply approved healing and fly repellents to the navel of newborn animals after dehorning, ear tagging, or any other practice that leaves wounds on your animals to ensure your animals' well-being. If you notice worms in unusual wounds, report them immediately. Call Baja at 824-4872 or text or WhatsApp 670-7003 or call your nearest Ministry of Agriculture office. And don't forget, never transport or receive animals with injuries. Together, we will prevent the spread of this dangerous disease. This message was brought to you by Baja, OIRSA, AICA, USDA, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise.
We are the Public Utilities Commission. Since 1999, we have regulated Belize's electricity, water, and telecommunication sectors, ensuring quality services at reasonable rates for consumers. A lot has changed since our establishment in 1999, and so have we. To reflect our evolution and future-focused vision, we are proud to introduce our new identity, where the blend of colors show our balanced and inclusive approach to regulation, where innovation, sustainability, and trust are all equally important. Orange represents the telecommunications sector and symbolizes innovation and connectivity. Green reflects the energy sector, sustainability, and national growth. Blue represents the water sector, highlighting trust, stability, and life-sustaining resources. White symbolizes transparency and accountability, core principles of the PUC. We are the Public Utilities Commission, transitioning to a new look, but our core values remain the same: accountability, excellence, integrity, innovation, and professionalism. Our logo is more than a design. It is our visual commitment to continue to serve the people of Belize with transparency, competence, and professionalism. We are the Public Utilities Commission.
Your government is taking back ownership of our hydro dams and power generation plants, and all shares held in BEL by the foreign-owned Fortis. Belizean assets in the hands of Belizeans. Fully Belizean-owned and managed, with all local employees. Our nation's premier source of clean power generation is now in our hands. Revenues made in Belize will now stay in Belize. Remember, energy security equals economic independence. Your government continues to put Belizeans first.
35-year-old Angelita Magana and her 6-year-old son Tishan Godoy were mercilessly set on fire by Magana's ex-common-law husband, who is also Tishan's father.
On Saturday evening, a woman was found dead, stuffed in a garbage barrel here in the city.
Police are looking into the tragic murder of a woman in Concepcion village. They suspect that 36-year-old Wendy Mendez might have been caught in a domestic dispute, especially since she was gravely injured in a chopping incident back in 2022 that nearly took her life.
On Saturday afternoon, one mother's nightmares became a terrible reality when she found her daughter's body on the bedroom floor. 26-year-old Kira Gentle had been at home when she was reportedly shot by her ex-boyfriend Harrison Arnold.
Violence is not love. Silence is not an option. Speak out and get out.
Good evening with your news, also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. A tragic road incident in Santa Marta Village, Orange Walk District has claimed the life of 67-year-old Julio Flota, a Belizean laborer of the community. The accident occurred around 6:30 on Tuesday night along the Old Northern Highway. Reports from the village indicate that 36-year-old Nelson Osman Petch, a truck driver and resident of Santa Marta, had briefly parked his Mack dump truck on the roadside. When he returned and attempted to drive off, he was alerted by his brother to stop. Upon checking, Petch discovered that Plota had been struck by the vehicle. The elderly man was rushed to the Northern Regional Hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Residents described the incident as a heartbreaking accident that has deeply affected the close-knit village. The Flota family has expressed that they are not pursuing any legal action, understanding that the tragedy was unintentional. Investigations into the circumstances surrounding the accident are ongoing. Police in Corozal tonight investigating a late-night fire that destroyed the home of the San Antonio Village chairman in the Corozal district on Tuesday, November 4th. Sometime around 11:20 p.m., police responded to reports of a house fire in the village. Upon arrival, officers observed smoke coming from a cement house belonging to 40-year-old Calvin Gilhari, a well-known musician and the chairman of the community. Tonight, as the family tries to come to terms with the devastating incident, Gilhari explained that he had been asleep when he was awakened by the smell of smoke. Upon checking, he saw that his bedroom was already engulfed in flames. He managed to escape unharmed by climbing through one of the windows.
I was at home from 9 o'clock and at 11:40 p.m. when it occurred that the fire started in my room. And my daughter, she came out, she said she smelled smoke. She came out and then she said that she went to check the stove to see if it was a stove, but by the time she looked at by the stove, she saw the blazing fire in my room. So we could never help that. I was sleeping at the moment then, and it was a fire occurred that I had my fan on, and my fan looked like it runs so hot, and it was an electrical problem. That's what the fire inspector did say today when he came here. At the moment when the fire occurred, my daughter rushed and said, "Dad, fire was there," and so I wake up so last that I run through a window that only God helped me get through that window with me and my family in this house here. Everything was destroyed.
Family members quickly rushed to help and managed to extinguish the blaze before it spread further, but the house and its contents were severely damaged.
Everything was destroyed. Bed, fan, TV. The value came out to about like $15,000 to almost $18,000 of value. I could have never worried about that, but I could say that thanks to the big man that I'm still here, you know.
Yeah. How many of you were in the house when the fire occurred?
5 of us.
Children? Your children? How old are they?
I have a 7-year-old baby that left in the house. I have a 17-year-old boy, which is Calvin Gilhari Jr. I have my daughter, which is Kalisha Gilhari. And you know, I had, you know, that's what occurred.
So you guys weren't able to save anything from inside the house. Everything was destroyed.
Well, the main structure that was destroyed was my bedroom, which is it's a what you call it? The big bedroom that I had, master bedroom that I had. But everything was in there. My school, my kids' supplies did get destroyed. School books, school bag, uniform, and all of our clothing.
Yeah.
So I came out when I run out. You know, when you are sleeping, you are like in your little shirt and your boxers and something like that, right? But I came out. I am a man that I sleep without shirt, so I came out without shirt, running in the rain, and only God helped me that I'm still here today, you know.
The fire, according to initial reports, was due to an electrical failure. Tonight, with nowhere to stay, the Gilhari family is appealing to the public for assistance with rebuilding efforts as well as donations of clothing and basic necessities.
Well, it's very so sad. We are asking for a little assistance, and I'm a four-term chairman of my village, and it happened to me. It didn't happen to one of my people or my supporter, but it did happen to me. And you know, like we say, it could happen to anybody, right? Mm-hmm. But we are seeking assistance. I did text ministers and things, but I'm just waiting for their response and assist me in any way they could.
Yeah. The value of the loss to the family home is close to $20,000. The home and its contents were not insured. 2 employees of West Truck in Orange Walk were held up at gunpoint this morning at approximately 11 a.m. and relieved of an undisclosed amount of cash and checks. Reports indicate that 33-year-old Arturo Cancino and 44-year-old Artemio Carpizo were en route to deposit funds at the bank when their vehicle was stopped. According to their account, 2 male assailants on a dirt bike pulled alongside the vehicle and threatened them with firearms. The robbers then forcibly took 2 bags from the duo, which contained an undisclosed sum of cash and checks. Authorities are actively investigating the matter to identify and apprehend those responsible. Earlier this year, community advocate Jeremy Enriquez took a stand for transparency by submitting a Freedom of Information Act (FOIA) request seeking details about legal expenses related to a high-profile redistricting lawsuit. However, his request was denied by authorities, sparking concerns over accountability and open government. In response, Enriquez appealed to the state's ombudsman, who intervened and ordered the Attorney General's office to release part of the requested information. Currently, the case is making its way through the courts, with the Attorney General's office contesting the ombudsman order. The AG argues that releasing certain legal fee information could compromise legal strategies or private concerns, prompting a legal debate over the balance between transparency and confidentiality. In the redistricting lawsuit filed by the Belize Peace Movement, the government of Belize was represented by senior counsels Eamon Courtney and Godfrey Smith. Today, Courtney was asked for his opinion on the matter, and while he was candid, he did not respond to the queries of the press.
The Attorney General has discussed it with me. He has given me the reasons why not only he thinks the interpretation by the Ombudsman is incorrect, but also the problems that it creates for the Attorney General to hire any law firm if they are going to be the disclosures. I will not say to you what my personal opinion is on the matter. I just will say that I understand the concerns of the Attorney General.
As the courts review the case, many observers see it as a critical test of public access to government information and the extent to which authorities must disclose details about legal costs in politically sensitive cases. The outcome could set a precedent for future transparency efforts in state and local government proceedings, emphasizing the importance of public oversight in shaping democratic processes. Coming up next, Caribbean Court of Justice rules in favor of Belize telemedia employees, affirming severance rights. Stay tuned.
Bolido has been a part of the fabric of Belizean society. It's part of Belizean culture. And now, under new management and ownership by the government of Belize, it is contributing significantly to national development.
Belize Government Lotteries Limited is proud to officially launch the FIWI Bolido app, now available for download from the Apple Play Store and Google Play. This launch is a revolutionary step in making Belize's favorite games more accessible than ever before. The innovative mobile platform will allow players to purchase Bolido, Ordinary Lottery, and Jackpot Lottery directly from their smartphones, giving players the freedom to play and win from anywhere in Belize. The FIWI Bolido app will provide a trusted and secure payment gateway that will make every transaction simple and reliable.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
Hoy te vamos a contar un cuento basado en una historia real. Chao Dengue. Capítulo 1. Síntomas del dengue. Había una vez una familia que, sin saberlo, llevaba consigo un visitante no deseado. No era un monstruo ni un fantasma, pero sí algo que podía debilitar su cuerpo y robarle la energía. Pronto llegaron la fiebre, acompañada de dolor de cabeza, principalmente detrás de los ojos, dolor de cuerpo, náuseas y un sarpullido que se enrojecía por su piel. ¿Qué debían hacer en ese momento? Lo primero era no caer en la automedicación. En la mente del padre resonaban las palabras de los expertos. La clave está en buscar ayuda temprana. Así que, sin dudarlo, se dirigió a la unidad de salud más cercana, donde le brindaron la atención necesaria. Pero la historia no termina ahí. Si alguien en su familia también enfrentaba la misma situación, era enviado a su hogar con una lista de recomendaciones para ser cuidado allí. El reposo se convertía en su mejor escudo y la hidratación en su arma más poderosa. Abundante líquido y, sobre todo, sales de rehidratación oral serían sus aliados en la recuperación. La familia aprendió que la acción temprana podía marcar la diferencia para que esta historia tenga un final feliz. Y colorín colorado, la salud hay que cuidarla en todos lados.
Police are currently probing a violent chopping incident that took place here in Orange Walk. The investigation was launched on Wednesday, November 5th, after authorities responded to a call at the Northern Regional Hospital, NRH. According to reports, officers spoke with 61-year-old Emeraldo Diaz, a laborer from August Pine Ridge Village. Diaz explained that around 3 a.m., his 32-year-old son, Juan Carlos Diaz, arrived at his residence with multiple chop wounds over his body. Diaz was subsequently transported to NRH for medical attention. He remains in a critical but stable condition. Authorities are continuing their inquiries into the circumstances surrounding the attack. A 19-year-old Belizean-American Marine was fatally shot early Saturday morning during a Halloween gathering held at an abandoned commercial building in Lancaster, California. The victim has been identified as Lance Corporal Tavon Wade, originally from Rosamond, with connections to Belize. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department reported that deputies responded to the scene at the 100 block of West Avenue I near Division Street around 12:45 a.m. Upon arrival, officers discovered Wade suffering from multiple gunshot wounds to the upper body. He was declared dead at the scene. Investigators indicated that the shooting occurred after a dispute erupted inside the Halloween event. While outside the building, the victim was shot by an unidentified suspect. The individual fled the scene in an unknown direction, the department stated. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office later confirmed that Wade died from multiple gunshot wounds, officially classifying the event as a homicide. Friends and fellow Marines have expressed their condolences, remembering Wade as a disciplined and kind-hearted young man. A GoFundMe campaign titled Help Corporal Wade's Family Through This Loss was started by Justin Calderon, who identified himself as Wade's senior Marine. The Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ, has delivered a decisive ruling in favor of 10 former employees of Belize Telemedia Limited BTL, affirming their entitlement to severance pay in accordance with the Belize Labor Act. This decision overturns a previous ruling by the Belize Court of Appeal and represents a significant win for workers' rights across Belize. In its judgment, Justice Ibo Osui determined that BTL had not demonstrated that severance benefits were incorporated into its pension scheme, which involved equal contributions from both employer and employee. The court emphasized that under Section 194 of the Labor Act, a pension plan cannot serve as a substitute for severance payments unless it is explicitly included such benefits. Additionally, Justice Jamadar underscored that the Labor Act is fundamentally rooted in principles of social justice, constitutional protections, and international labor standards that safeguard workers' rights. He clarified that any agreement seeking to waive statutory severance, whether through collective bargaining agreements, CBAs, or individual contracts, is invalid under Section 190 of the Act. The CCJ unanimously upheld the appeal, restoring the High Court's ruling that all the appellants are entitled to receive severance compensation. The court instructed that the payments be calculated using the formula established by the High Court and awarded costs to the former employees. According to attorney Eamon Courtney, the appellants, comprising individuals such as Irvin Marin, Lerna Longsworth, and 8 others, argued that despite having received pensions, they remained eligible for severance payments upon their retirement from BTL. This entitlement was based on either the mandatory retirement age at 55, as stipulated in a CBA, or voluntary retirement under individual agreements, according to attorney Eamon Courtney.
We were hired by quite a number of employees, former employees of Belize Telemedia Limited, who had ceased their employment with the company. Some had resigned, some had voluntarily retired, and some had reached the agreed retirement age of 55. So there were 3 classes of people, and they all retired and got pension benefits. We were consulted to find out whether they were entitled to severance benefits as well, because in the mid-1990s, BTL had been advised that because they had introduced a pension scheme, they no longer needed to pay employees severance. And so these employees came and said they had received their pension benefits, but they had not received their severance benefits. Are they entitled to it? We researched the matter and felt that they were entitled to it. They succeeded before this High Court. BTL appealed to the Court of Appeal, and the Court of Appeal ruled that the persons who had resigned were entitled to the severance benefits, and those who had retired voluntarily and those who had retired at 55 were not entitled. And so those employees took it to the CCJ. And today the CCJ ruled that all the employees, those who resigned, those who retired voluntarily, and those who reached the retirement age were all entitled to severance as well as pension.
So what precedent does this ruling establish for other Belizean employers who have shifted from pension schemes to severance payments? Courtney explains.
Well, I think the first point is that a pension plan cannot displace severance. If you move to a pension scheme, this pension scheme must also account for the severance benefits that an employee is entitled to. So, for example, we have to remember that you earn your severance by service, by working with an employer. When it comes to pension, a pension is an agreement between the employer and the employee that in most pension schemes, the employee and the employer will contribute, and at retirement or at some stated date, the employee gets an amount of money. On the other hand, on a severance, you earn your severance by working, not by making payments. So in this particular case, what happened was that in 1994-95, BTL was advised that you no longer need to pay severance because you are paying a pension. They paid all the existing employees the amount of severance that had accrued up until then. And then since then, they stopped accruing severance payments and paid people only their pension benefits when they retired from the company. The CCJ has said emphatically that you cannot deny an employee severance. You either have 2 things, severance plus pension, or the pension must be designed in such a way that severance continues to accrue on a non-contributory basis as a portion of the pension benefit, and then the pensions portion is or could be on a contributory basis, but both must be accruing at the same time.
Now, will this have far-reaching implications for BTL and for other corporations in terms of there are others who didn't challenge and who received only the pension and not the severance?
Well, let's take the case of BTL first. In the case of BTL, these employees have all left their employment. They will now BTL will have to pay them the severance portion that they did not receive. The more fundamental challenge that BTL faces are its existing employees who are participating in the pension scheme, but that pension scheme does not include an aspect or an element of severance. They will now have to reach back and look at all their existing employees and say, well, you were with us for 10 years, 15, 20, 25 years, whatever the case may be, and calculate how much severance those people will be entitled to when they retire or resign.
And in the case of other companies, the same applies, says Courtney.
If you have a pension scheme that does not accrue severance and you have employees employed, you need to start accruing for it from the time of the employment of each employee. If employees have left, they're entitled to come to the company and say, we now see the CCJ judgment. When I left, I only got the pension benefit. I want my severance benefit to be paid to me now. I should say this very quickly. There is a case against BWSL, which shows that BWSL is calculating it correctly. When you look at the benefits that the employee gets, it shows the calculation for severance in addition to the pension benefit. So some companies, or at least that one company, is doing it correctly. And anyone who is doing it now needs to ensure that they're accounting for severance.
Leading the court, Justice Ibo Osuji adopted a broad, purposive approach to interpreting Section 183 of the Labor Act, emphasizing social justice. The court concluded that both mandatory and voluntary retirees qualify for severance pay, reasoning that the purpose of such compensation is to provide financial support to employees after years of service, not to penalize them based on the manner of their departure from employment. And there's more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Get the most out of your internet with Centaur's ExpressNet. Are you ready to supercharge your online experience? When connecting to your Velo Mesh device, make sure you're linked to our blazing fast 5 GHz frequency. Why 5 GHz? Faster speeds at a shorter range. 5 GHz is perfect for use in smaller spaces where speed is your top priority. As for the 2.4 GHz, while connection may travel farther, it can lead to slower performance. Remember, choose 5 GHz for your devices and experience the difference instantly. ExpressNet, bringing you the best speeds for the ultimate online experience. For more information, contact us at 380-0101.
Welcome to Design Depot, where you'll find premium quality products from trusted brands, all in one place. Visit us today for quality products, expert service, and the brands you trust. Design Depot, all in one place.
Oh man, one more scroll and my data is done.
Wait, who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data, so you can scroll till your fingers cramp.
Enjoy free social media data now included in our Flex Choice and Select postpaid plans.
Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
Every day, the demand on your business get higher. More productivity, better equipment, and reliable support to keep up with a fast-moving world. At Cellular World Business Solutions, we're ready to help you boost performance across every operation. Don't let outdated technology hold you back. With our certified and supported solutions, your business stays ahead. We supply office equipment, printers, inks, and toners, software licenses, IT system assembly as your Dell Platinum and Cisco partner, appliances, and custom orders tailored to your needs. From startups to large enterprises and renowned institutions, we serve every corner of the country because no industry can afford to fall behind on technology. Let's take your business to the next level. Contact us today at 610-2494. Cellular World Business Solutions, your reliable partner in business success.
The government of Belize, in partnership with the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, today convened a national consultation to begin shaping the 2027-2031 country program of cooperation. The event brought together key government stakeholders, civil society representatives, and development partners to align national priorities for children with UNICEF's strategic support over the next 5 years. The consultation marks a critical step in the development of the National Program for Children, which will also contribute to the broader UNICEF multi-country program for the Caribbean. As UNICEF transitions to a multi-country office MCO model, the organization is strengthening its ability to deliver results at scale, particularly for the most vulnerable children across the region. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as the custodian of all international treaties and instruments, including the Convention of the Rights of Child, CRC, that guides UNICEF's work in Belize, hosted a consultation recognizing the importance of a strategic national vision for children. Her Excellency Amalia Mai, Chief Executive Officer for the ministry, addressed the meeting and stated that the consultation reaffirmed Belize's shared commitment to its children. In his opening remarks, Mr. Ken Leggins, UNICEF representative to Belize, emphasized the importance of inclusive dialogue and co-creation in designing a program that is responsive to the needs of Belizean children. UNICEF reaffirmed its commitment to working alongside the government of Belize and partners to ensure that every child, especially the most vulnerable, has access to quality education, health care, protection, and opportunities to thrive. The outcomes of today's consultation will directly inform the design of the 2027-2031 country program, ensuring it reflects national priorities and leverages regional collaboration to deliver lasting impact for children. Chief Justice Honorable Louise Esther Blendman has extended heartfelt sympathy and unwavering support on behalf of the judiciary and staff to the judiciary and people of Jamaica in the aftermath of the destruction wrought by Hurricane Melissa. The devastation continues to present extraordinary challenges for the Jamaican people, including loss of life, damage to infrastructure, disruption of essential services, and profound personal and national hardships. Our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Jamaica in general and with Honorable Chief Justice Skikes, OGCD, and the Jamaican judiciary in particular during this difficult time, said a release. The judiciaries of Belize and Jamaica share enduring bonds of collaboration, cooperation, friendship, and common purpose. In the spirit of regional unity, the judiciary stands in solidarity with the people of Jamaica in their steadfast resolve to rebuild, recover, and restore normalcy. The judiciary reaffirmed its readiness to assist any practical way, whether through professional collaboration, material support, or moral encouragement in support of Jamaica's ongoing recovery efforts. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Thursday, November 6th here on CTV3 News and Face FM 106.7. Remember that to read the text version of the news, you can visit our website at CTV3NEWSCAST.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/CTV3BelieveNews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.